Okay, hello Scriptcraft people. It's currently almost 4 a.m., but I've been online doing something and that I want to show you guys. I just finished the the wool farm for big, right? It's 16 sheep right here, all different dyed, and the machine is like really simple. It's just, the sheep eats grass, the grass get updated, and there's shears inside the dispensers to catch the wool. Really simple. It's important that there's shears inside this. But for the rest, it's like not really a difficult machine, right? See, I have a problem though. The problem is, you see this is my like hopper minecart. This is supposedly gonna refill the shears like into these hoppers, into the dispensers, so that I don't have to like be refilling them all the time, right? And supposedly I have to put the shears in here. That's what supposedly I need to do. Just put them in here, the hopper will catch them, and it will go into the dispensers. The thing is, uh, we have an iron farm, and I don't really want to be crafting shears ever again in my entire life. I just want to like put iron blocks in here and just let it sit for like eternity. I don't have to ever come back to make shears. I just want to let it sit there. So I went into a single player world, right? And I designed something to to fix to fix the problem. And now it might be kind of like logical why it's currently 4 a.m. and why I'm doing this. But okay, but I'm like really proud of this machine, right? I made a prototype over here and like like didn't work at all. But this version it actually works surprisingly well. So let me just step by step explain how I designed this, what like everything does in this, because like I'm pretty proud of it, right? Okay, so sorry for the bad audio. Hope it's kind of fixed now, but okay, I'll start explaining what everything does, right? This top chest is gonna consist of iron blocks, and I want the iron blocks to be crafted into iron ingots, okay? If you don't know how a crafter works, basically, it's like, say this is our crafter, there's one iron block in it. It's not just gonna craft it automatically, you have to power it, okay? So there has to be something in it, and then power it, and then unpower it, and then it crafts the thing that you want to craft, okay? Um, what this does is I only wanted to craft iron ingots when this chest is empty, right? So this comparator is reading the contents of this chest, and if it's empty, it's gonna become like 0, right? When this is being turned off, this will turn on, and this will create a redstone circuit, which is it's just like basically a clock. If you've never seen one of those clocks before, it's like, oops, it's like this, and it just flicker, right? So that's what this is. So yeah, once this is empty, this will flicker, this will craft, and this will spam the shit out of this, which will create iron ingots out of blocks of iron. Hope that makes sense. The next thing I want to have is to create shears, and put them into this chest, right? Because this is the collection chest of the hopper that is supposedly gonna run around. I made a small, made it like a small demo right over here. This is gonna come around and collect these shears and put them into this the dispensers, right? So I want the shears to be in here. What I want to have is this crafter, right? We're talking about this crafter. It's feeding the shears out of the iron ingots. See, the problem is I can't use the same method as I did for this one. Why? Because I can't just spam the ever living shit out of this thing, because it's not gonna create shears. If I do that, see, this is our thing. If I do that, like a few iron ingots are gonna come in and it's gonna create iron nuggets, and that's not what I want. I wanted to have the two in it and then power it, right? I wanted to wait until it has both in it and then power it. Okay, so that's one requirement. The other requirement is I also want this chest to be empty a little bit, and then for it to start crafting. Because you can notice it's not crafting anything right now. It's because it knows that this chest is full. If it were empty, it's gonna start crafting stuff, right? You see this? It's gonna craft, sorry. It's gonna start. Okay, so those are my two requirements, right? The first requirement I can easily fix because the way of comparators work. If you ever wonder why comparators get their name comparators, it's because they compare signals, basically. How that works is like, oops, I don't want to do that. This comparator is reading a signal out of this crafter, and the signal strength is currently 9, because disabled tiles do also count as one signal. So this is 9 because 2 ingots and 7 disabled tiles, right? This signal out of this crafter does nothing, by the way. It's just there to give a signal into this side of the comparator. This comparator is also reading a signal strength of 9. Why is that important? Because the way comparators work. Let me explain. If there's a signal strength of 13 going into the comparator, but there is a signal strength of 14 going on the side of it, then the signal will not get through. Because it compares the two signals. It compares 13 to 14. It sees that 13 is less than 14, or 14 is bigger than 13. It's just the way you see it. And the signal won't get through. But if, however, the signal strength is 15 or higher than this 14, well, then the signal strength will go through. Or if the strength is the same, 14 or 14, it will still go through. So why is that important? Is because this is currently reading 9, right? And this is also reading 9, so that's why the signal does go through. But, right, there's a big but. Let me just break this. If, say, it only had 1 iron ingot in it, this is now currently reading a signal strength of 8. And the 8 is less than 9, so that's why there is no signal going through it right now. It's only when this is a signal strength of 9 that this gets powered, and then this piston gets powered. Okay? Why is this piston important? Because this will eventually help empowering the crafter to make the shears, right? But it's not getting powered right now. Why? It's because this block is not being extended right now. So that's why I built this system. You need to have both things. Like, remember the requirements? The requirement was it needs to be shears, and this chest needs to be a little bit empty. That's my 2 requirements. I built that. This is the first requirement, and this is the second requirement. You need to have both. You can't have one or the other. You need the redstone block, and you need this to be extended such that this signal can go through. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So, that's the first requirement, right? Let me just, actually, let me just put this back, because this is probably overflowing. Yeah, this is, okay. So for the second requirement, this chest needs to be a little bit empty before this crafter can start crafting shears again. Okay, so how does this work? This comparator is reading the contents of this chest, and I can show you with this one. If this chest is full, then it will give out a signal strength of 15, but if it is missing 1 or missing more than 1, then it will shoot out 14, right? So, remember what I said about the comparators. This redstone torch is giving a redstone signal of 15 going into the side of this comparator, and because this comparator is reading 15 from this chest, the signal does go through. And if this signal goes through, this torch is unlit, and if this torch is unlit, this torch is lit, and if this torch is lit, this torch is unlit. If that doesn't make sense, you just need to look at this contraption. This basically is like an on and off thing. If this is on, this is off, and when this is on, this is off. If this is gone, then the whole thing is like reverted, right? Does that make sense? I hope it does. So what happens is if a shear gets removed, this will lose its signal strength. If this loses its signal strength, this will get powered, this will get unpowered, and this will get powered. Okay, if I can show that one more time, this will get powered. You see? So that's all you need to know. It's just if there's something missing from this chest, then this will get powered. Okay, and when this is powered, this will light up this comparator going into this, and this is just the same as that's like the comparator clock I showed you right here, but the only difference is I'm putting some delay in it. So I put some repeaters because repeaters have delays on them, and with the delay, like, I don't want the crafter to be like crafting at this rate, right? I just wanted to be crafting at a slow and steady rate like this. Okay, so that's what this is for. When this chest is empty, this will get lighted, and this clock will go and power this piston periodically, such that it will craft these shears up until this is full. And when this is full, this will get powered again, and this will get unpowered again. Does that make sense? I fucking hope so, because it was such a journey, like designing this thing, and I'm so happy it works. But let me just show you an actual demo, right? Okay, so hopper, and these are all empty. Actually, this is not empty, but if I push this, this will receive the shears and put them into this chest, but in the server it will be the dispensers, and you can see the hopper clock moving. This signal is going through because we currently have both of the iron ingots in it, so we're not creating only iron nuggets. That would be not so useful. This is shooting back and forth because you need to have the redstone block and a signal going on and off to actually craft a thing. And it's going into this chest, and it's getting distributed. So yeah, I spent like, I don't know, I spent like an hour and a half designing this. It was a lot of thinking. I'm so proud of this, and I cannot wait to put this on the server. But yeah, for me right now, it's gonna be good night.